I clean, I normally listen to Watts related content on YouTube.
Today's shorty about the blame game and contradictions we hear often, all the time, too often, sometimes.
Whenever we hear about the girls being sick so much, nonstop while they were in Colorado, and then once they leave to their trip to North Carolina, people say it's interesting how they were never ill. They never got sick.
On the answer. Depending on the answer, you'll know what side you're on. If you're on Chris's side, they're going to say it was Shanann's fault. If you're on Shanann's side of the YouTube, you're going to hear that it's Chris's fault. Now, as far as I'm concerned, they're both responsible, period. They're both parents. You know, who's to say that Chris wasn't the one getting them sick so he can be with his mistress? And why didn't that raise a red flag for him or his family? You know, they were friends on Facebook. So why is it all on the Rusek's fault for, you know, allowing it or not saying anything? Well, what about Chris's side? They're very vocal now. Were they not vocal like that when the children were alive? You know, did they not have constant contact with them? Why is it just one side and not the other? Both sides are responsible. If it's all bad, it's all Shanann's fault. If it's all good, then, you know, because Chris was all about his children. Well, in the end, he wasn't all for his children. Whether he actively, physically ended their lives, he, I feel, knew about it and didn't prevent it. So I think that also we hear some contradictions. We hear, you know, she didn't have the children all day. They were in daycare, but yet and still she's the one making them sick, you know? So which one is it? You know what I mean? We get a lot of that in this case, and I think that's why everybody gets emotional, I guess you could say, or we're invested, or too invested, or not enough, or we don't know enough, so you can't be here. So there's a lot of contradictions on whichever side you stand on. And if you're in the middle, you're a flip-flopper. Okay, it's a lot of name calling, unnecessary name calling. I think we can all just agree to find a resolution and answers to everything that we have here. We have to stop with that first and foremost. And of course, you've got the side that pretty much just wants your money, wants donations, wants this, wants that. Oh my gosh, can't move on without this, you know. So in the end, as a cautionary tale, in this side of YouTube, in this community, Watts community, I refuse to call it Watts Island, takes away from the tragedy, just my opinion. We can all agree to disagree and be respectful towards each other. Also, I think we can at least agree on one thing. Something isn't right. Now, hopefully with patience and time, we'll get the answers that we're looking for.